And we'll go ahead and adjust the terrain. And we'll select more pieces of track and adjust the terrain again. And with the terrain adjusted, we're ready to go ahead and lay a third track that follows along here. Now this track actually goes down until it meets the ground about here. And to calculate the radius of this track, we take the length of the spacer, which is 139.7. We took this track's radius and we subtracted 139.7, and we ended up with 106.576. And then once these are in place, I placed a track spacer here level with the ground. I made these tracks invisible, and then we go ahead and we rotate this and we'll go ahead and drop that down to the ground level, and then we'll go ahead and place the track terrain adjustments in here. So we've got this adjusted going down. Now I've colored these ones just because I was working with them to adjust. Now let's go ahead, and what we need to do now is to go ahead, go up here, pull these pieces off, and by experimenting with the various pieces of track here, we determined that we need to use 22.5 degrees of the curve, so that we'll go ahead, and the ones that I'm using right now are 15. So I'll go ahead and we'll edit these last sections, change this to 7.5. And we'll change this one also to 7.5. And then this third piece, now I went ahead and I put a piece of track on right here on the outside track. And we're using the Pico Track HO. And I placed a piece on here. And then raised this track up. And we'll append tracks out here like so. Now the whole point of this track is just to check. We'll be moving on with laying more track on the hidden yard, but first I wanted to show you a few things. First, in the background here, I've put walls up around the perimeter of the parking level. These are made out of primitives that are called boxes, and the texture is an old brick wall. And let me go ahead and bring a train in. Now, since we're using German models, the program is German. I went ahead and relabeled most of the things on the locomotive. So we've added the label here, the C Delta M, the Colorado Midland Railroad label, and then we've got Pikes Peak route symbol here, and if we go in on it, you can see some of the detail. This symbol is on every car in this particular train. We have also done the same thing with the rest of the locomotives, with labeling them either with Colorado Midland Railroad or with the C Delta M. We put symbols on the sides of the cars. This is the livestock train, and since there were no symbols on it to begin with, there was no need to put symbols on it to replace the ones that were already there. We will look now at the track that has been laid for the hidden yard and for the additional features that were added. We're looking right now at the 3 tracks that come down from Basalt and from around the other side over here. We've gone ahead and we've added switch signals for each of the turnouts, or for each of the switches. These ones were designed specifically for me by the creator of the program. I've gone ahead and we'll zoom in just a little bit, and you'll see that each switch or each signal has a little number board. These are used with a primitive known as a plane or an even. And then we've gone ahead and we've created a texture to put on them, and then we've got the signal here, and when you click on the thing you can switch the signal, which switches the switch here as well. So we'll go ahead and we'll kind of zoom in a little bit and pan across. We've got the 5 tracks that go at a diagonal. Now this switch also has a sign on it, but the sign's on the other side, and since the signs that we created are transparent on one side, they don't show up from the wrong side. I've gone ahead and I've created a bridge, and on the bridge we have the signs for the tracks. Track 2, track 1, 3, 4, and so forth. And then I used a set of flashing lights from another set just for appearance. These tracks continue all the way over to the other side. We've also got over here a return track that comes back from the side out here and returns trains. There's another overhead sign up here. Again with tracks on it, and then on the other side of this we have the flashing lights. We've got more signals and more switches up here. And then we've gone ahead and we've brought these tracks into the two tracks that go around. And you've seen that those are invisible on one side, but as we pan around, they show the signs on the other side. These tracks go around, and as we get there we'll see they're starting to curve, and these are adjusted for height so that they match the design, the blueprint design. This track is a turnout for going off this direction that will be incorporated into the next level. We've got the track here. Now this track is just floating because we haven't put anything under it yet. We've got a track over here that has a three-way turnout, and we built a control switch for it with indications of which track and then this track right here that goes down goes back all the way to the beginning. Now we've got the track over here that came out from the parking level, and we've gone ahead and we've used a tunneling program, and we created a tunnel that goes over here. And so that's pretty much all of what we've got on this level. Over on the edges here we've got more walls. And then to top that all off, we have a cover that goes over the whole thing. Now right now that cover is hidden. And so we'll go ahead and we'll go into our edit and select and look for the hidden yard cover. Select that, and we'll go ahead and we will make that visible. And as you can see, that completely covers the hidden yard. And we'll be going ahead and working with some of the track that we've got here, and we'll be bringing that through to the next level. And I'll go ahead and show you what the next level looks like at this point. It's just barely being started. And we've got little pieces where the track come up, and this track here that comes around, and then we've got some stuff over here, buildings and stuff that have been temporarily placed. We've got a river and other stuff, and we're still adjusting that, so we won't go into that to any degree. The next few sections or the next few episodes will be very slow because there's a lot more work to be done on this level before we can use it. So that's what we've got up to this point.